Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Nada, and I'm going to listen to, it looks like an integrated speaking practice test. And let me listen to it right now, talking about ways in which writers create emphasis.
The lecture is mainly about the ways that the writers use to create emphasis by their stories.
Okay.
And the professor talks about two different ways. First is the
I would say maybe to explain this, the professor gives two examples or something, and that'll help connect those ideas together a little bit better.
Exaggeration. When the character emphasizes a point by describing her feelings by more exaggerated way. For example, when a character comes from a very long walk and she says that I can't take another step, she makes a point by more interesting way. And the second type is the underestimation.
Okay, so the exaggeration is one of the examples given in the lecture to illustrate the idea. Now, when you're talking about the characters, it's the writers who are developing and explaining these characters. So the writers will use characters or use exaggeration in the characters in their stories, for example, and then say if a character or blah, blah, blah. So make sure you're framing all this within the context of this is how a writer creates emphasis. Okay, let's keep going.
Which make emphasis by saying less. For example,
you say which. You're going to say but I think you weren't quite sure about the word form there. Emphasize is a verb. Emphasis is a noun. So you can say emphasizes if you want to use that as a present tense third person verb, right? Okay, let's keep going.
The professor's friend Ed always cooks a very delicious meals. And one day the professor told him that his food is not bad. So, by underestimation, the professor made a strong statement. That's how the professor clearly talks about...
Well, it's not that the professor makes a strong statement. This is how a writer, according to the professor, can make a strong statement.
The ways writers use to create emphasis.
Okay, so really, you had a little bit of trouble here. You got a few voices going on here. You have the professor who is giving a lecture. And the professor is talking about the ways that writers can create emphasis. So that your second voice is the writer, and then the characters in the story represent even another thing that the writer is doing in order to achieve some effect in the writing. So you had a little bit of trouble explaining who was doing what here. Right? That's probably my main suggestion. Okay, so let's look at the rubrics here. Give me a quick second here. Yeah, I think on this one, I'm going to put you, let me look at this here. Yeah, I'm going to put you about 24 points out of 30, 3.1 out of 4. So I think if you didn't get the score 4, it could be some minor issues with your topic development in terms of explaining exactly what the professor was talking about and then how writers are using characters in their story or describing or depicting these characters in certain ways to either exaggerate, to overestimate, or underestimate ideas in there. All right, so thank you for doing that.